All right, everyone. If we could have everyone gather back in here, please. If you can hear my voice and you're not in here, please become in here. Please join us now. Okay. So, since my talk is concluded, nothing worse will happen to you all weekend. But I do want to just take a quick second to talk about tomorrow. You absolutely want to attend all the sessions, but the ones you absolutely do not want to miss. Absolutely, under any circumstances, you do not want to miss Tessa Caldecott Cialini, who we speak at 10:30 a.m. You absolutely don't want, but the one you absolutely under no condition can miss is the 1 p.m. talk by Geir Hostis on his work on the bibliography. That will just absolutely astound you. You will be astounded. Astonishment and astoundment. Both of those things will happen to you. So I just plan your life around that talk. And 1 minute before that talk tomorrow, the Clearhues are due. So it's my great privilege and blessing right now to introduce the introducer to our next speaker. And please welcome His Excellency Archbishop Hebda of St. Paul-Minneapolis.
Thank you. Thank you, Dale. I'm grateful you didn't make me climb Mount Olympus. I'm unworthy to do that. I brought a walker in the hope that I might win that cup of inconvenience. And was a little bit distraught when I heard about those who haven't won in the past. But one of the best pieces of news I heard was about the Clearhues, because I kept thinking there's nothing that rhymes with Hebda, so I'm set. Thank you for that and for those rules. Very grateful to be able to, I know I shouldn't have said that, Father, you're right. That's the challenge, the gauntlet is thrown. Well, I'm really grateful to have a few moments to introduce our next speaker and really to express my gratitude to Bishop Barron for his presence here. I look forward to that day when people will be gathering for the Barron Society, and we will be wearing T-shirts with his signature printed upon them. And somebody will have a wonderful presentation, I don't know what the form will be at that point, with PowerPoint, with great quotes from Bishop Barron. So we look forward to those days. I've been a long-time fan of Bishop Barron, even before he became the auxiliary bishop of Los Angeles in 2015. He was ordained a priest of the Archdiocese of Chicago in 1986. And since then, he's really excelled as a professor, as a communicator, as a social commentator, as an evangelist, and clearly as a pastor. He's as insightful in speaking about Aristotle as he is about Bob Dylan. Go figure, huh? We had the opportunity last year to go visit the birthplace of where Bob Dylan had lived as a child. Great to get pictures of Bishop Barron on the front steps. Huh? But for the last year, minus a few days, I've been really delighted to come to know Bishop Barron as my neighbor, as Bishop of Winona, Rochester, or Winchester, as the cognoscenti call it. Huh? It's not only because of his faithful pastoral care of the people of that diocese, but also because of the passion that he brings to the work of the church even more broadly. Like Chesterton, he has his finger on the pulse of contemporary society, and like Chesterton, he's not afraid to wisely prescribe a path through the societal thicket to an encounter with Christ. I remember waiting with bated breath for the Pivotal Players series to come out, and was delighted to learn that it included not only St. Francis, but also G.K. Chesterton. So there's a long history of those two in the life of Bishop Barron, and I trust we'll hear more about that later. But he described both of them as being disciples par excellence and really witnesses to the incarnation in their humanity. I look forward this evening to hearing Bishop Barron treat these two extraordinary figures in our church. Bishop Barron, you might know, describes St. Francis as manifesting the pathos and glory of Christian witness in the world, not in the abstract, but in flesh and blood. I have a feeling that tonight we might hear him treat that same dimension of Chesterton, even though there's clearly more flesh in that case. In speaking of Chesterton, then Father Barron once noted that those who are the friends of Christ are a people of mirth, of joy, and it is through their joy that they manifest Christ's power to redeem and save and show that the unique Christian way of life is truly worth living. I know we'll hear about that in Chesterton this evening, but we see that in Bishop Barron as well, in his very witness. He echoes that wisdom, proclaiming that our church is not a threat to human flourishing, but rather he's the great advocate of humanity, and the church is the great advocate of humanity made fully alive. Never disappointed by Bishop Barron's analysis, I look forward to hearing him this evening. Please join me in welcoming to the stage Bishop Robert Barron.